What's going on, everybody? DogMan Dan here. Warframe. We are going to discuss the login rewards update information that we currently know and how it's being perceived by people in the community, apparently. Let me point out a couple things here. So some of the stuff that apparently is going on, I don't exactly have access to because I have been blocked for many years from many a partner that apparently are causing some of this chaotic ruckus, if you will. That are acting all elitist and special over everybody else in the community. Which, let's be honest here, is fucking stupid. You're no better than anybody else in this community. Just because you have a YouTube channel and you're a fucking partner doesn't mean you're better than any other player in the game. You're not. And while we're on the words of better than any other player, instead of referring to the words of veteran, because fucking hell, it's a game, you're not a fucking veteran. A veteran would be the servicemen and women that have fought for your country and your rights. That's a fucking veteran. A guy playing a game or a girl playing a game that's been playing for 5 years is a long-term player, not a fucking veteran. So now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the login reward system. Now, I've never really liked the login reward system. You know, sure, you get things. It's never really been great in terms of stuff that have been put into the login rewards. But, you know, there's something there to encourage you to come back on a daily basis, right? Fine. Do I agree with them? No, not how it's ever been implemented. The first login reward system, Login 1.0, where you had to log in every single day to keep up with your stuff or you would get reset. Stupidest idea in the world. So they correct that. You don't have to log in every day, but the more you log in, the better your rewards are supposed to be. Fine. That's your login 2.0, or kind of what we know it as of now. And every 50 days or so, we set up a special milestone. The 50-day milestones, you know, are resources and such. Okay. Maybe a glyph, maybe something like that. No big deal, right? The 100-day milestones are weapons or primed mods. Or I guess at 1,000 days it's an armor set. But I'm okay with that. I am okay with an armor set. Okay? That's fine. But I'm not okay with how the system works currently. So you've got, and let's just be honest here, you've got people that are out there saying, hey, I don't want this system changed. It's not fair. I deserve, because everything, all the times I've logged in and all the years I've been playing, I deserve to have something that, you know, a whole portion of the community doesn't deserve. That's not how free-to-play works. Okay? Free-to-play means everything is available when it comes to things such as mods or weapons. Things that actually affect your fucking gameplay are to be available to everyone in some way or form. Setting them at login milestones of 100 days each and making some of them to be 3, 4, 5 years out is not a good part of a free-to-play game or design. I'm okay with seeing armor. I'm okay with seeing, like, Exilus mods, you know, Exilus slots or whatever. Fine. Reactors. Fine. Fashion. No problem at all. It's not affecting anyone's gameplay. But the long-term player who has been playing and has logged in every single day, blah, 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 who thinks they deserve more than the guy who's only played for a month, is completely wrong. That attitude is fucking childish and stupid and unacceptable elitism. Plain and simple. What DE needs to do is they need to revamp the whole fucking thing right now. Take all the current prime mods, all the current weapons that are inside the login rewards, and make them immediately available through some other means so that players can access them and not be locked behind a timed login system that doesn't work 50% of the fucking time and never has. I will admit that there's sometimes I haven't logged in great, you know. Okay, but I will also tell you that the majority of the reason that I am behind so many other people is not because I haven't logged in, but because the login system fails and doesn't work on a day here or a day there or a couple days there, and you automatically get put behind. Not by choice. Okay, but this is a free-to-play PvE game. PvE-focused, co-op, community-friendly game. This is not every man for them fucking selves, and I have more than you, so therefore I'm better than you are. That's not the attitude to have. It's the stupidest attitude to have. Again, what DE needs to do on this login reward update is not make it that when you hit milestone days, you get to pick a reward what you want. Okay? Based off of 3 different rewards that they give you. Or 3 different options that they give you. Because then you're still getting options. Right? You're still going to have to choose from one of the 3. So you're still not getting everything. And if I choose one thing and I don't like that one thing that I chose, now I've got to wait again or I've got to log in longer to be able to get to another item, which may or may not be there the next time I go to choose it. Or the next time I get a milestone choice. Stupidest fucking thing in the world. Take the weapons, take the prime mods, take anything that actually affects the gameplay and get it out of your daily login and get it someplace in the game, somehow, somewhere, that you can actually get it. Prime mods need to all go over to Barrow-Katir at a minimum. At a minimum, they should all be within Barrow-Katir. They're achievable. They rotate back and forth over and over and over. You can get more than one of them. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Weapons? Shit. I mean, the way you put the grind in on everything, I'm sure you can find a place to add more weapons into the game that people can grind for and get. Right? Am I right there? Yes. There should be another way. Do a mini quest. What the hell? You like mini quests now? Put in a mini quest for a weapon. Come on. Why not? Players don't need to be put behind a wall and reminded by long-term players that, hey, they're not as good as I am because I've been here longer than you. Or I'm a partner and I'm better than you. And I deserve this. You don't deserve anything. You're lucky you get extra things for free. You don't deserve things for free. They don't have to do anything. They could totally eliminate the login reward. Why is it needed? It's not really needed. You're bitching about how DE conforms to the middle group of players, if you will. Not necessarily the new players, but how their focus is on mid-game instead of end-game, or instead of this, or instead of that, and you deserve something. Well, let's look at the realistics here. Okay, in the majority of the free-to-play world, people don't actually play that many years. DE has something unique, don't get me wrong, that keeps people coming back. Okay? Great. But looking at their statistics from their end, on their side, that none of us actually have access to. Okay? They can clearly determine where their focus level needs to be in terms of optimizing the game for the benefit of financials. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. And their focus has got to be on maintaining and growing and getting as much income as they possibly can from the game. That means that not necessarily the long-term player who still gives money is the one that's putting the most in terms of financial investment anymore into the game. The mid-level player or the slightly early player is the one that has to be focused on because that's where they're making their most money. It's a matter of numbers, people. A matter of numbers. It's that simple. Change things around a little bit, okay? If you're still here, let's take Fortnite, for instance. They got a daily login reward system, okay? You get rare resources from the login rewards. You get schematics for weapons, random schematics. You get llamas, because everybody knows they have the llamas, right? And it's an RNG thing, whatever. You get them for free. But interestingly enough, you get V-Bucks through your daily login. Every so many days, they give you some V-Bucks. Every once in a while here, it's 150 V-Bucks or it's 300 V-Bucks. I've had an 800 V-Buck day. I've had a 1,500 V-Bucks just given to me. So none of that affects really any of the gameplay because V-Bucks, really, the only way to use it would be to buy cosmetic items if you're on Battle Royale, or buy llamas that are RNG based to get weapons and schematics that you can play in the game. Right? It only really helps enhance you, though, because it's not affecting any of the game because it is a co-op game. And Lord knows, in Twine Peaks, I would rather have somebody that has a shit ton of high-level gear than somebody that doesn't. However they got them, I don't really care. All I know is they've got them. And that's all that matters when we're playing the game. But none of the daily rewards, or the daily logins, really affect any gameplay. Because there is no modding per se, or how the modding system is done is a little bit different. Yeah, you can change the stats, you can change the perks of your weapons a bit, you can change your elements, and the damage and this and that, but they're also very limited, okay? They've spent a lot of time going through the system, and here's the certain amount of perks that you can change on every weapon, but it doesn't matter because it's the same type of perk changes on every single weapon or every single schematic or trap, however you want to put it. So at some point, anyone can change it however they want to, and it's always going to be the same, 5 or 6 options to choose from. Warframe's completely different on that. We have a huge, huge modding system. Tons of mods. Tons and tons of ways to play outside of the meta. Tons of ways. But you limit players, even early players, from access to things because longtime players think that they deserve the best of everything, and in order to get to the best of everything, others need to do or go through all the hoops and everything else that we long-term players have had to go through. Hey man, that's part of the game. That is part of being here since early beta. Early beta, right? You get to roll with all the changes. You've seen all the iterations. You've been through all the different design stuff, through all the different working system changes, through everything. And your attitude shouldn't be somebody else doesn't deserve it unless they've done it as long as I've had, or unless they've done what I've done, or gone through what I've gone through. Your attitude should be, wow, there's a way to bring more players into the game and grow the game, expand the game. Maybe offer cross-play. But we can't even offer cross-play because of elite PC players who need to make sure they get the best and first of everything before anybody else. Do not tell me it is not possible to crossplay. Do not tell me that it takes that much longer between certifications to happen. Yes, DE is a group of 200 roughly developers. Still a relatively small group. They're very good at what they do. They don't get everything right. I get that, right? And there are a lot of challenges faced in it. But the game is not what it once was. You have a huge player base on each platform. You really can take the extra time to start designing it to push the update out to everybody. So it becomes an equal playing platform. Okay? I get we still have some perks here and there, some issues. I wouldn't say perks, okay? Some issues in between where I'm going to push to all the platforms. But then if there is a problem, you can update PC over and over and over and over. You don't have to go through any extra certification processes, anything like that. I get that. I understand that. And you have places like Epic Games, right? They are definitely bigger. So they're probably 2 to 2.5 times the size of DE in terms of developers. Last checked, around 700 developers, right? Give or take. So they're much bigger. Obviously, Ubisoft is freaking huge. But Rocket League isn't. Rocket League plays on every platform together. Crossplay. I mean, Fortnite is crossplay even through freaking mobile devices. There is a way to make it happen. But by doing that, to enable the crossplay potential, you have to get the balls as a developer and say, hold on a minute, we're going to try this. We're going to hold an update out a little bit longer till we can get something going that's viable on all the platforms at the same time and push. And we're going to try it. Maybe your updates aren't going to be weekly. Okay, every 2 weeks. Fortnite does a pretty good job at doing it every 2 weeks. Or with these big events that they do, taking like a month or so before they're ready to push the next one out. But everybody's playing the event and everybody's getting a whole bunch of things happening during that time of the event. So why can't that be done now? Why is there still an excuse for not being able to do the biggest thing in gaming that's happening? And that is cross-play. Enabling people to play with each other on different platforms. You cannot any longer say Sony doesn't allow it, Microsoft doesn't allow it, Nintendo doesn't allow it, Android, iPhone don't allow it. It's clearly possible to be done. And I get that DE is still a small developer in terms of things, but if you look at where they're at, they are becoming a big name. They are pushing the industry. They do things that the rest of the industry doesn't want to attempt to try. Put yourselves out there. Make it happen. The one thing that could immensely grow the game is crossplay. Will it happen? I don't know. But we're getting off tangent. Daily logins. Take it or leave it. Dude, take the whole system out. I don't care. I'm still going to log in because there's more than enough stuff I want to do and I want to play and I want to enjoy. And I've got a clan and I've got, a dojo that I've spent years and years growing and groups of players and people that still play the game because it's an awesome free-to-play game. Don't be scared to go against what people are saying, because ultimately we can say whatever the hell we want to say. It's not our game. It's not our design. It's not our idea. We could have DE be like EA and say, fuck you all, we will do whatever the hell we want, and you're going to like it, and you're going to buy it because you're dumb enough to buy it. Am I right? I know I'm right. It is what it is. So we do have the interaction, right? We do give our feedback. They do ask for it from us. But on some things, I think they need to just step up and say, hey, this is the way it's going to be. Like it or leave it. It's okay if you leave because there's a shit ton more people that are going to show up. And if we don't get over the elite attitude of I am better than you because I've been here longer than you, because I'm a grandmaster founder and I have things that you don't have. Granted, and this is, as I will say one time, you will never have access to the founders packs again. Guess what? It is no different than any other game that has founders packs or founders stuff available. Once it's closed, once the program is shut down, those items are exclusive and stay that way. Those are people that invested to help grow the game and not know whether their investment was actually going to pay off. We could take Ember, the upcoming game that's coming out here soon. You know, the inspiration of former Firefall, if you will. I backed it. I backed it in the Indiegogo. There's a bunch of Indiegogo stuff that will never be available to even the Kickstarter program when the Kickstarter program comes out this year. And there's going to be a bunch of exclusive things that'll be in the Kickstarter program that will never be available in what I will assume to be the general Founders program when the game does get to the point of actually being available in a closed beta or public beta phase before it goes into the full-on live phase of the game. And even that Founders pack is closed and taken away for good. It's a reality. It's an incentive for people to invest and help grow a vision seen by a developer to something that can be freaking amazing and awesome. Bitching about, oh, I deserve this because I do that and I do that, that's not the way it works. The Founders programs in any game are Founders programs for a reason. Again, it's an investment into something that we don't know whether it's going to actually come to life and be anything. Once it's closed, it's closed. There's plenty of games that I've missed the Founders program and some pretty cool shit. But I'm not crying over it. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not going to go and kill myself over it because I don't have it. And we're going to hear the whole, well, but you know there's affinity and there's XP tied to the frames and the weapons that were in that Founders program. There is so much shit out there right now that everybody can get to the same freaking level as anyone who is a founder in terms of mastery rank. And there will always be enough content, weapons, gear out there that everybody will be able to get to the same mastery level at some point if they choose. The mastery level system is fucked up. It's borked. It's been for years and will continue to be. It needs a huge, huge change. But that's not happening anytime soon. It just gets band-aided and made worse with every update and every release of new weapons and frames and gear. But that stuff is for a different topic. Anyway, feel free to leave your comments, questions, all that crap below. I'm grateful that I have a YouTube channel and I can say what I want whenever I want and nobody can stop me from saying it. You don't like what I gotta say, so then leave. Unsubscribe. I get it. It happens. More people come, some people go. It happens. But I have the luxury of being able to say what I want. And if I don't like what you're saying to me, I can make you disappear. You see how that works? Yeah, that's right. Because it is my channel after all. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my rave. I don't care if people hate me. Never have. I'm doing this because I do what I enjoy, and some people do like it. Not too worried about partners getting mad at me because, let's be honest, most of the partners that have been mad at me for 5 years. and they've blocked me from all social media sites and have no interaction with me in any way, shape, or form. Um, and the times that they did have interaction with me, it was a matter of them grouping up and just kind of all going after me. But hey, guess what? I'm still here. Like it or not, I'm still here. And I plan on being around for a while. It is what it is. You just don't get rid of the dog. I'll talk to you later.